Hey everybody, this is Norm
I
from
know.
Enigma Media. Today I'm joined by Diversity of One out of Sacramento, California, founded in May of 2015. How you guys doing today?
Good, bro. Doing good,
Doing
man.
great, man. Great.
We had some technical issues trying to get a fourth member on today, but why don't you guys just quickly introduce yourselves and let us know your role in the band?
All right, for sure. I am unhinged. I do guitar and I do backing vocals for Diversity of One.
Sweet.
I'm assassin, guitarist, and some vocals as well.
Beauty.
He doesn't
Beep.
know he's muted.
Is he? Oh yeah,
Yeah, you're muted, Doug.
your microphone's muted there.
There you
Bro,
gotta
no.
love technical issues,
Yeah,
man. He
this
was
is
just
great.
fine like 2 seconds ago.
No,
And
this
then
is so
all of a sudden,
perfect.
right when we go on.
Oh no.
So that's BMC. He plays
Yeah,
bass and does
yeah,
vocals.
yeah. We'll do
Okay.
that. Yeah. He does.
Hell
Yeah. He
yeah.
does that. He's got his own thing. He says, but.
Oh
Yo,
man.
okay.
Oh,
Still
no.
nothing, man.
This is great.
That's weird. It was literally just working. Gotta be an iPhone thing, man. Gotta be an iPhone thing.
All right. Well, why don't you guys just tell us a little bit about how the band formed?
Oh, and the good talker's muted too.
No, sure. So when we initially got together to record a like a one-off track,
Yeah.
it was me and BMC and Jamizi, who's not here right now.
Okay.
We got together. We were just recording this track. We're like, hey, this is a really good song. He was a performing artist of himself at the time,
Okay.
so we were like, let's just go do it, right? So everybody gets together. I had never met Assassin. And I had never met the drummer ever in my life. And we show up and we all just shake hands. Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. We all kind of go over the song and then we play the song, right? Almost like a business meeting. But as soon as that song got recorded, right at the end of it, we were just like, yo, we got to keep going. Like, that can't be the only one. That's a slap. And so from there on, we just kept producing more and more music together, spending more and more time together, and then taking ourselves much more seriously, like as a band.
Sweet.
Yeah, it definitely came out of nowhere. Me and our singer Meezy, the only reason we met was because we both worked at Walmart at the same time.
Damn. Some things just happen. The universe
Yep.
puts two people together, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I just kept bothering him because I was a terrible worker back then. I just took break after break after break, and I would scroll through right because he was at the registers, and I'd be, hey man, check out this song I wrote, man. You like this? You like what that sounds like? Because I knew he was a musician.
Right.
Oh, check this out, and I just keep bothering him. Then one day my phone rang. Hey, I need a guitarist for a track. You want to come record real quick? Yeah, sure, I'll be there. Bam.
Well,
Can you hear me now?
absolutely. Here,
Yeah, there he is.
Let's go. What's up, B?
I'll get you loaded back in here right away. Oh,
I
sweet,
did.
you're on.
There's actually a refresh button, and I hit that, and it just spun me back in. Someone actually called me, and it cut out my audio.
No.
Let's go. Delete that number immediately.
Yeah. It was Dave.
So back to some questions. It's been a crazy, interesting ride. So
yeah, do you want to elaborate more on the inception of Diversity of One?
Yep. So the band started back basically from an idea. Me and Jamizi started doing hip hop and rap. Gosh, I think his daughter's 18 now, so I've known him since before his daughter was born. So it's been a minute.
Whoa!
But we started doing stuff back in the day, and then when he actually 2014 he got hurt and he ruptured his Achilles, and we're actually getting ready to do some stuff with the 49ers and the booster clubs. and there was some stuff with Sony Records that was on the table and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And he got hurt, and so it sidelined us. So we the hip hop stuff just kind of stopped, and that's where we
Okay.
came from. I pitched a song idea. I wanted to do a tribute to drag racing, which is what I grew up doing.
Okay.
Reached out to a guitar player that Meezy knew,
Yeah.
who's Assassin that he worked with. I talked to my daughter. I said, "Hey, we need someone that could scream. Do you know anybody that could do any scream vocals?" She goes, "Yeah, my Nate. I used to date him back in junior high school. Remember?" It's like, "Yeah." So we called Nate. He comes over. We sit down. We work on this one-off song. Put it together. We go in there Mother's Day, actually, 2015. Record it.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about
Uh-huh.
that.
On Mother's Day.
We actually recorded it on Mother's Day, and we went in there and we released it. And within a month, we were getting interviewed on the radio.
Whoa.
We got called from Las Vegas. We were at the drag races because we did a drag racing tribute song,
Yep.
and we were doing interviews on the radio, and it just took off. And we were like, here we go. So started rehearsing. First show was in November 2015, and 2016 we probably did 50 shows and hit the
Whoa.
gas and never looked back.
Oh,
Yep. So
And so
what was the hip hop metal scene like in California back then? Were you guys getting lots of people out to shows and stuff like that?
yeah, when we started, it was grassroots. Friends and family always show up first, that. But by the
mm-hmm.
time you get to show 6 or 7, people start fading. And people do, because how many times are you going to go see your husband play in the same band and the same stuff over and over again, and your boyfriend and all this, and your friends and your family? So it does fade.
Yeah.
But fans do keep you going, and we've been fortunate enough to where we've built that fan base, and we do have that support, and it's crazy. It's insane. So
Yeah, fair enough.
but as far as the scene goes, starting out, it was very, we were received pretty well. you know um, Anytime you come into something new, there's always good and bad. There's always some negatives, there's always haters and everything. you know
Yep.
but we've been through a lot. In the last 7 years, we've had a couple of personnel changes, and we've all been through tragedy. We've all lost family members. We've all been through divorce and separation. And
Mm.
then we've also had multiple births and multiple new family members being born within the band. So it's a crazy, crazy ride. And that's it. And that's what shows in our music. That's the stories that you hear in our music.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. It was probably about, I say, like 5 shows before it started. People really started paying attention. The first 5 shows, like B was saying, was very family oriented.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just like the homies, you know what I mean? But it felt so crazy to perform in those smaller venues because it always felt like we could do so much more.
Yeah.
We were always putting so much practice in, and we were always putting down so many like crazy good tracks. Like we were just so motivated and like focused in a singular direction that when we went on stage, the explosion that was produced because of it was like, man, you had to be there. And so that was the rumor, how the rumor mill started was, oh, you have to just be there. You just have to see
Yeah.
it happen and then come up with your own conclusion afterwards.
You
But
know,
it just kept growing.
we were just talking about this in our last interview, like I've heard bands recordings where the recording was absolute crap, no fault of theirs, like maybe they
Mhm.
just didn't know a good producer or anything like that, and they tried to do it themselves, but slayed it live, like we're just
Right.
unreal live. And then the exact opposite, where these people shell out thousands of dollars for recordings, the recordings sound great, but it doesn't translate live, and you're just like, oh wow, this is bad.
Right.
Hey,
I
you know
mean,
what that is?
Hey.
That's that right there is the difference between musicians and people with money.
Fair.
Yep.
Musicians are
can't.
poor.
We
People with
are
money
those.
can come out
We
with the
are
best
those
music
guys.
ever, but musicians are poor.
Yeah.
Hey, we put out. Hey, I tell you what, we put out some damn good tracks for this EP. We put as much money into 4 songs that we could. We spent a lot of money. This was not cheap.
We did.
But the crazy part about it is, and you guys can attest to this, and once you see us live, you'll understand you can't capture what we do on Memorex or
Right.
digitally.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
possible.
Yeah.
That stage,
Our live
show.
show is completely different than what you hear. The music you hear in recording is good, but that live show is completely different. It's something you can't miss.
Jamizi is a freaking rock star, and getting him and with everybody together, it's crazy. It's hard to explain.
Yo, get them all wound up, dude.
You tell
Fucking
people,
son-
hey, I'm in a band, and they're like, oh, okay, cool, you're in a band, and they think you're just in a band, and then you have them come to a show, and then you get off stage and they're like, holy shit, I didn't know you were in a band. It's like, well, we're in a band.
What the fuck
Yeah,
have I been telling you?
What you think I've been telling you?
Okay, I just want to ask you kind of one of the lame questions that bands get asked. What's the significance of the 1 in your guys' name? Why has it got the decimals in between it?
It is
1 is
oh,
an
you go ahead.
acronym. The full name is actually something else. So, the full name is actually Diversity of Our Nation's Evolution. ONE.
Ooh.
O period N period E.
Yeah.
We are about unity and diversity. We need every single color to be out there. We see black and white and red, and we express that everybody should express their colors and be who they are. We are unity through diversity, and that's what we believe in. We are one race. We are the human race. We are one at one time. When we go to a show, you are one of us. You are part of us.
Mhm.
That's how we feel.
That's
that's how we
beautiful,
believe.
man. There's so much disconnectivity in our world nowadays. We really need bands like you guys to really be bringing people together, right?
Absolutely.
And music is that one thing that always brings people together. We see it in all the festivals and everything.
Totally.
Yep.
Oh, what was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanna know some of your guys' influences. Let's start with Unhinged.
Oh man, I take a lot of my influences through my vocal influences. A lot of my vocal influences are through metalcore, the metalcore genre. So
Okay.
I take a lot of like I Prevail and Suicide Silence and Bless the Fall and a lot of these like current and old school metalcore vocalists.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And my guitar, I actually when I originated, I started by playing to Carlos Santana's like discography. I used to have one of those big like boombox CD players, and I'd throw in the 6 CDs, and it'd be like Carlos Santana songs. And I
Yeah.
would just sit there and just keep playing and playing and playing. So I'm very blues influenced and Latin pop influenced.
Okay.
It ended up migrating to metal throughout like my middle school and high school years, and as I grew more into my metal shoes.
Yeah.
But with the band, it's all very like I don't know, kind of like soul metal in my eyes. Like I try to like I do my chugga chuggas, but I like you to feel my chugga chuggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I try to go for.
Yeah, because chugga chugga all the time doesn't translate to anything, but if you can tastefully
Right.
put it in, it just hits that
Yeah.
much harder.
Oh yeah, dude. Have you doing the dirty smile?
Totally, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
uh.
bro.
What about you, Assassin? Where do you take your influences from?
So mine kind of stems from so what's crazy is growing up, I listened to 90s, 2000s hip hop,
Okay.
all the good stuff.
Yeah.
That I will never listen to any other hip hop. That is the best hip hop that was ever made. That's my opinion. But that era, best hip hop ever made.
Totally.
Going out of hip hop, started learning how to play guitar, started getting into metal roots, Lamb of God, Seven Dust, um, God, what a Devil Driver. A lot of 80s and or not 80s and 90s, but 90s and 2000s metal bands
Yeah,
is
yeah.
where a lot of my influence came out of that era. I did branch out recently and started listening to, you know, a lot of stuff that Hinge just mentioned. I Prevail,
Mhm.
Suicide Silence. Started listening to a lot of the new metal to kind of branch out and do more things musically. But yeah, that's pretty much where it comes from. Lamb of God, Seven Dust. You'll hear that stuff a lot in my music. If you listen to them,
Mhm.
you'll
Mhm.
catch some influence in that.
Man, Seven Dust, I felt was way ahead of their time when they came out. You know, like
That
Oh
when
yeah.
I
yes,
when I
yes.
Oh
first
yeah.
heard
I
them,
love the way that they do their music. It's so
oh,
awesome.
when I first heard them, I was just like, nope, this doesn't make sense. I can't do it yet, you know? And then
Yeah,
and
it's too good.
it was a few years later that I finally got into them, you know, and I was like, okay, I get it now, you know. I just had to be really
Mhm.
stoned to hear it or whatever. Slow
That
it down a
part.
little bit.
Right.
What about you, BMC? Where do you get influences from?
Mine's a little more varied. So, I'm probably one of the oldest guys in the band, over 50. I'm old school. I come from the country. Um, I grew up on bluegrass,
Okay.
Waylon, Willie, um, Hank Williams Jr. But then ACDC, Scorpions,
Okay, yeah,
um,
yeah.
old school Led Zeppelin,
That's funny.
Rush. You know, just I've had the Elvis. I've had the cool part of being the age that I'm in. I've got to see a lot of music, and just Patsy Cline, and there's so many people out there that just are just amazing musicians. So, and I think that's kind of where we all get it from, is even rap and hip hop. You know, I've been Too Short and Easy, and you know
Yeah, yeah.
E40 and Snoop and Tupac and Burner and Nipsey Hussle and all those guys. You know, Stevie Stone, Tech Nine. There's some great musicians out there. So I think we get it from everybody. I think we just listen to everybody and we just get that inspiration. So
Totally. Like for me, you know, as long as the music like is relatively fast paced, you know, I'm not much of a guy that listens to like ballads or anything like that. And
Yeah.
and usually in a minor key, you know, when I either feel fucking angry or sad while I'm listening to some music, and if it checks those boxes, I'll listen to pretty much any genre, you know.
yep.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a band out of the East Coast, King 810.
Yep.
Those guys in my head right now. Those guys keep me calm, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Cause you listen to their music, it's insane. So so yeah, you never know. You just find people. That's the cool thing I like about people like you, is we get to meet all sorts of people and get to hear all sorts of stuff that you wouldn't normally hear. Because terrestrial radio is limited. You guys bring music to everybody, and we appreciate that.
Totally. So tell us about your guys' most recent single.
Celebrate.
Celebrate.
Oh, I absolutely
Celebrate.
love that song, dude.
Yeah, that song it kind of came out of left field, man. Just one day at practice, I just was messing around a guitar and played this lick, and I was like, "Hey, man, how do you guys feel about that?" Everyone liked it, and then next practice after that, I came with the whole damn song. I was like, "Oh, here, I'm done with it. Let's put some lyrics together with it real quick and throw it together." You know, after some changes, going in the studio, changing it again, and then bam, there's Celebrate. That song is just, you know, we went through a lot of trials, a lot of just hard times, and that song has different meaning for everyone in the band, but all in all, it's just a way to look past all of it and just celebrate the good times that we're having, have fun, stop looking at the bad sides and just celebrate, have fun, live
Fuck yeah,
life.
dude.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you guys bring all the positive vibes, you know?
And that's genuinely the goal. Like, and that
Mhm.
was the goal when we started. Like, it was literally the first thing that we put on the table when we talked about who we were, like, as musicians and what we wanted to achieve, you know, as rock stars when we made it there one day.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and it really just is based around that. I just, you know, we just want people to feel good, man. I want you to come hear this music, and I just want you to feel good. Whatever that feel good is for you. You know what I mean? Just come experience that positive feeling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The
Um,
celebrate was great.
yeah, hell yeah. And I noticed that you guys got some acronyms going on with your albums as well. Um, you love those little three letter acronyms, eh?
It's cute, huh?
You know what's great about that is it's not on purpose. We
No?
realize it after.
Yo, yeah.
Like after we made it, it's like, oh, by the way, this is just BWA. Oh, this is just DNA. A bloody celebration, bro. We just did an ABC.
I know. That's what I was like. They got something going on here.
And we
funny
at
thing
this
about
point, it's on accident and on purpose at the same time.
Right? Yeah. Now it is,
that's
right?
where
It's just like, you know what, we got to just roll with it. It's already our thing now.
Yeah. You can
that's
deny it
everything
no
about us.
longer.
The funny thing is that's everything about us. Everything that we've done, we've tried just to do something, and we accidentally fell into all this, and it just kind of worked, and here we are. And we just kind of trip through it and just kind of throw some Hail Marys out there and try some stuff, and
Fuck
who
yeah.
And we're
knows?
scoring some touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, what's your guys' local scene like now? Are you guys playing lots of shows? Are you guys having a good reception like nowadays? Like I know especially up in Canada, like we were closed shop for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, right? So
Us
um
too. So the scene,
Yeah.
I stay pretty active in the scene.
yeah.
And so over the course of the last 3 years, there's been a multitude of bands that have fell apart and didn't sustain COVID. People
Okay.
moved away, things happened, stress, life. Then there's been a couple bands that have actually formed because of COVID. And so right now, the scene in Sacramento, Northern California,
Yeah.
it's slimmed down, but it is super supportive. I
Ooh.
was at a
Yeah.
show last night where 4 bands were played, and there was probably 100 different musicians just in attendance.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So we go out, we support each other. We go to the shows, we're out there. You know what I mean? The scene is very supportive right now, because it is hard, and everybody's kind of, it's not clicky. There was a time, sometimes scenes get clicky.
Yeah.
All those clicks kind of just melted away, and now it's just one big solid scene right now, and everybody's getting
Oh.
along.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
It's I like it too. It wasn't like this, honestly. Before COVID, it wasn't like this. And
Yeah.
after COVID, with everyone disbanding and disappearing and the thinning, now everyone's realizing, oh, we really need to work together to get this scene up and running again. And everyone's coming together and making it work. And it's great. It's nice to see everyone come together like that.
Absolutely.
Totally. We're kind of in the opposite boat up in Canada here. Like I just went to a local show 2 maybe 3 weeks ago now, and it did seem very clicky, you know. And the crowd seemed like I'm not that old, but I'm in my 30s, and the crowd seemed so young, you know, like I want to jump into the mosh pit, but I'm afraid I'm going to squish all these 20-year-olds, you know.
Oh, shit. I
Oh,
can
man.
feel
Learn them.
that.
They'll be all right.
Sit down, son. I'm
They all
old
need to
enough to
black
be
that
your
one
dad,
out.
all right?
Oh man.
Oh man. And I still, in my 30s, I still love the mosh pit. I live in those things, man.
I'm sorry, the last
Man.
mosh pit I was in, well, I was 49 years old, and it was in the mosh pit at System of the Down and Aftershock.
Oh,
That was
damn.
not a mosh pit. That was insanity, and it was so much fun. I'll do
Yeah,
it
that was
again.
a brawl. Clarify. That
I was in
not a
there
mosh
too.
pit.
Yeah,
I
that was
I just
definitely bucket list though.
I just heard about this type of moshing. I'd never really heard of it before, called crowd killing.
Oh
Did you guys
God.
you guys have some crowd killers in there?
I hope
Is that
not.
like hardcore dancing?
Yeah, like the hardcore, you know.
Yeah, where they like throw their bodies around and just take out whoever's next to them.
But dude, I just watched this video. It was insane. There was this band playing. They're up on stage or whatever. There's like a group of guys all set up on this on the front monitors or whatever, you know, the front subwoofers for the front of house, and they're just like kicking the people in the front row, and I'm just like, okay, well that's not the moshing that I want to do or have done to me or anything like
No.
that.
No, man, we ain't got no crowd killers. That's for sure. We
Oh, no.
But
All
they
the pits I've been a part of, we pick each other up. That's pit rule.
Totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
It's
more hip hop though.
Fair enough, you know. You know, just get them bouncing, get a little bit of pushing and
Mhm.
shoving going on, and that's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. It's nothing crazy. It's definitely not like a Lamb of God. We're doing heel kicks. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's burn this place down. Let's
right.
go.
Let's go.
I've been in those pits.
No, yeah, no. We're not killing people. We're trying to. It's the positive thing, man. Hey, positive.
All right. What do you guys how do you guys find navigating social media? That's such a big part of being a band nowadays.
That's a fun
I
one.
personally can't stand social media. I can't stand it.
My
It
ringer
is.
is off
It
since
doesn't end.
2019.
Sorry, what was that,
My phone's
BMC?
on silent. I haven't turned my phone on since 2019. It's been on silent. It goes off.
Yo.
Yep.
every 30 seconds for the notification.
Uh-huh.
It's ridiculous, but not in a bad way though. It's very humbling at the same time, because to sit there and think that there's that many people just in this world that are out there that are just clicking on stuff and liking stuff and commenting, it's very humbling, but it's very overwhelming at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the polar opposite of these boys. I love that. Hit my Insta at It's Unhinged. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I love talking to people. I love interacting on all the stuff. I'm all over my TikTok. I'm all over my Instagram.
Fuck
I hate
yeah, dude.
Facebook, but I still use it. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, like I've got, you know, I love the interaction. It makes me happy to see, not necessarily like how far we've come as individuals, because that's nice as well, but it's nice to have people interact with us, because I remember being in that position, hearing a band going, oh my God, these guys are dope. Hold on, what if I could just talk to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
Yeah.
really cool to think that, like, yo, this guy just found this cool band that's up and coming. Yo, you can just hit up their vocalist, or you could just hit up their bassist. Yo, dude, I love you guys' music. When did you guys start? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
people love that. And I love doing that and telling people stuff like that, you know? Bro, we can talk
Like I
about
said
anything.
earlier,
I don't even care.
You know, that's where you could really tell all the age difference between all of us. Because I grew up in that transition phase. So
Mhm.
like, I played outside and put my phone down. But then when I got older, everything went to, you know, oh, it's social media and all that. And I'm still stuck over here. I like being outside.
Fair.
So that's why I can't stand it. But I deal with it. Just like B said, I've had it muted since 2018, probably.
Now, don't get me wrong. I go online and I go check the notifications and I respond back to people and we do interact. But I just can't handle the ring going off constantly and the bing,
Constantly.
the pop, all the, you know. We're in like 10 different group chats because we got different stuff. It's crazy. It's insane. You got a video guy doing this, and then you got a photo shoot guy over here, and then you got another. You guys writing songs over here, and then you got the manager one over here, and then yeah.
Man, you got your notifications turned off. That's like 160 missed messages in a group chat. You know, you're
And
like,
it
what
happened.
is happening?
I put my phone down for about 30 minutes. I pick it up, 28 new messages. I'm like, that's just one chat.
Yo, I'll
Yep.
be driving and the phone will be blowing up from you guys, bro. And I'll keep count how many messages I gotta read. And I'll like get to
Ding,
wherever the hell I'm going, like
ding.
20, 30 messages later. I'm like, dope. See, this is why I don't mute it like these guys do. I go through it right now. I'm gonna get it over with. What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
It's okay. It'll change. It'll
Video
change.
chat.
I'll give you a
Video
month.
conference calls, random times.
Oh,
Yo.
yeah.
Being on the toilet and the video chat pops up.
All day, every day. At least 2 a day.
Yep.
Oh, are you pooping again? Yeah, I'm pooping again.
Yeah,
What do you guys want?
Pretty much.
So check it out, bro. I got this thing that we're gonna do.
Are you
Be
grunting
muting.
right now?
Yeah, right. No,
Leave
we
me
have to
alone.
mute between the
Like, hold
grunts.
on, that grunt would sound good in this song. I gotta call the guys.
That's a lyric. Write that down. Oh my god. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No.
man.
Oh my god.
This is who we are, man.
Totally,
Yeah.
I love it.
We like to have fun. We like to goof off, and we like to make music.
Fuck yeah. Do you guys have any hobbies outside of music?
I'm an avid gamer.
Yeah.
I just
love-
all day. If I'm not writing music, I'm playing a game.
What are you gaming right now?
Console. I am playing PUBG, Grounded, Battlefield. I don't touch Call of Duty anymore. I can't stand it.
I hear ya.
But I've been floating between those three right now.
Yeah. What about you, BMC? You got any hobbies outside of music?
A few. I'm also a gamer. I like Call of Duty, Apex.
Nice.
I love Minecraft. You know, old school
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But then automotive stuff. I'm into cars. So, you know, the song that we talked about that kind of sparked the band was a drag racing tribute song. So when I was a kid, I was fortunate enough to travel the country drag racing with me and my father's family. So that's my passion.
Nice,
So,
dude.
I follow the circuit. I go to the NHRA events. I actually have people that are still friends that are on pro teams that I go out there and visit and get to hang out with. It's surreal. So my goal in life is to become rich and famous as a rock star. So I can afford to go race.
I love it. I love it. So you were doing the racing when you were younger?
Yes, I actually have. I raced. I have trophies, won races. Yeah.
Were you guys?
We won championships. We did pretty good for ourselves.
Were you guys using alcohol fuel?
No, actually, we ran. So our class was a dial. It was an index class through NHRA. We ran Super Comp, Super Street, Super Gas. Super Comp's at 890 index, about 150 miles an hour, 115, 112 octane fuel, 427 Chevy motor, and a 2,500 pound Camaro. Turbo 400 transmission with the trans brake, popping the wheels about 3 feet off the ground, launching the car about 6 Gs. Yeah.
I would die.
I understand about like 6 words at everything he just said.
Yeah, that was fucking great for fucking car geeks, you know?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
People that know will know. And then
Yeah, exactly.
That's my passion. That's what I love doing. So
yeah.
It's instilled in me. So
what about you, Unhinged? What are your outside?
I spend a lot of time on guitar. I think outside of that, I've been going to the gym a lot. I think that really is like I've been spending a lot of time. My father was a 9th degree black belt in Taekwondo, and my grandfather is a 10th degree black belt in Taekwondo.
Whoa.
And so I learned how to fight from those two. And through the process of learning how to fight, I became like obsessed with like making my body look incredible, right? Like I had like always really wanted to do that, never really knew where to start and stuff. And I've been really getting into like my fitness journey over the past couple of years and spending a lot of time working through all the cool finite differences between muscle groups and stuff. So much so that I've thought about personally doing personal training on the side. I'm not that smart yet, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's something that I'm interested in that whole like platform and stuff. So a lot of my time is spent either going to the gym or coming home and do a lot of research on the stuff. When I go shopping, it takes me forever. My wife gets mad at me because I'll just look at the ingredients to like literally everything and just do the math internally. I love that. I want to get into cars. I'm looking for some car friends because I want to do what he said, but I want to understand it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I'll
right?
slow
Like it just
down.
sounds cool, bro. You know,
I'll
it's like,
slow
oh
down.
yeah, when you pop the thing and and then all the car dudes they go, oh, bro, that's what you know what I mean. I'm trying to do that. And then outside of that, I do the
Let's
gaming
go.
thing as well. I do a lot of Apex. I'm really into Rocket League. I'm really
Oh,
into
sweet.
Super Smash Bros.
Do you guys all
Uh,
game together on Apex?
we can't
We
get him to. We can't get Assassin to play. He won't play with us.
Ah, fair
But
enough.
we would though if
I,
we
I
played a game.
never
He
said I
plays.
won't play with you.
But
He hasn't yet. So.
I just, when you've been in a group playing a game with a group of friends for like 17 years and every time you get on, they're on. That's how mine is. Y'all got on
Oh,
games
Okay,
late.
so his new group of friends aren't cool enough to play games with.
I understand.
We just cool enough to play music with.
I have played games with B before.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, sweet.
I'm on that
We
pro game level.
harass
They
each
still haven't
other.
got to me yet. That's the difference.
Oh.
bro.
Hey, I am an OG gamer though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was around when Pong was there, you know?
I was literally.
Right. I was gonna be like, man, did you beat
I
Super
was-
Smash Bros? You were speed
Yeah.
running it, or Mario Bros?
Man's had
Speed running
literally. We got Pac-Man down the first day it came out.
I beat Mario and Zelda before you guys were born.
Yeah.
Yo,
Bitches.
Come on.
Okay, so you guys have the album coming out. When's the release date for the album?
So the digital EP is September 15th. Available on
Beautiful.
all platforms.
Fucking A. And
$5. $5.
that's
That's
all
it.
it'll cost you for really great music.
Yep.
Almost the price of a cup of coffee nowadays, you know?
Exactly.
I mean,
I think coffee's more expensive now.
Yeah, totally.
yeah.
This will
$5 is
be
not much.
this will be
we're just
years
looking
of
for musical
entertainment.
support. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And the more you
there's a
guys
couple
buy that-
there's a couple surprise songs on there that are just that'll throw you.
Oh, sweet. Well, I'm looking forward to
So
it. That's
here's
for
a
damn
warning.
sure.
Here's a warning to anybody anybody that has kids that might be listening. So there's one song on that album that is X-rated. So it's the very
you ain't
last
gonna want
song.
your kids
so
listen to that one.
Yeah,
you
no,
may want
please.
your kids listen to that. So,
You'll be
but
explaining
Don't
some
let the
things.
kids listen to that one.
all you adults chime in on that one. We want to know what you think.
Adults listen first.
Bro.
Is it like PGX parental guidance first, you know?
No,
gotta-
yeah.
you
We
gotta
can't
think-
even censor the
So here's
song
the-
because you would just hear beep through the whole song.
All right, so this is my analogy of it. It's kind of a cross between Steel Panther and Two Live Crew.
Okay.
So there you go. If you
I'm
can
not
imagine those two together,
I'm a little bit familiar with Steel Panther, but not Two Live Crew.
Couldn't have their
And
mind.
I'm in that same boat.
Are they just very vulgar?
you guys don't remember? Hey, we want some pussy. Those guys.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, I know who they are.
He said, yes,
Oh,
I do know that
thinking out
song.
loud 'cause-
I know where you're at.
Google and look up. Hey, go on YouTube and look up Two Live Crew and listen to their stuff, and then you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I get it."
Oh yeah, this makes sense.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you guys got planned for after the EP drops? You guys gonna do a tour or anything like that?
Well, our on October 15th is our CD release party. So
Ooh.
in Sacramento, there's been a venue in town called the Boardwalk. It's been an iconic venue in town in Orangevale, California,
Okay.
for many years since I was a kid. And there's been Korn's played there, Motley Crue's played there.
Ooh.
Just Metallica when they were still coming up
When
through
they
the
were
ranks. So
nobodies.
there's been so many iconic bands, and even lately, people like Saliva play there, and Saving Abel, and Dope, and Head PE, and just a bunch of bands just have been through there. So the owner passed away, and they sold.
Oh
So
no.
we are playing our CD release party at the grand reopening of the Boardwalk on October
Oh,
15th.
sweet.
So the iconic venue's back, and we get the first show back.
Fuck yeah, man.
So
Other than that, late next year we do have something on the books over on the East Coast.
Yeah. Can you guys divulge any information on that?
I believe yeah, we should. It just got postponed. So Metal in the Mountains next year in August in West Virginia. We'll be on tour.
Sweet.
And there's probably going to be a few stops, on the way there and on the way back. None of that can be divulged yet. It's still in the works. But
Right.
But Sturgis is around that time too, so you never know.
We can try everything. You never know. Just keep your eyes and ears open.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh yeah. The point is, we're gonna go so hard in this next coming year. It's gonna be hard not to hear of us. You know what I mean? Like
2023 is gonna be a run. We're definitely gonna be putting in some work.
It's straight up beautiful to see so many people like pursuing this passion so deeply that it hasn't stopped all through COVID. It hasn't stopped through all the years we've been together. It's just been, we're getting there, and then we're about to retreat. You feel the holy grail. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just want to touch it.
Yeah, right. That's a little touch. Oh, it's gonna be great.
My phone may die soon.
Okay.
I swear, it doesn't matter what we're doing. Anywhere we're at, his phone is almost dying. You know what? I'm gonna say that's an Apple problem.
Oh, he's so real too. Literally everywhere he shows up, he goes, "Oh man,
everywhere." My phone's gonna die.
Yo, anybody got an iPhone charger?
Maybe you should get off of Apple. That might help. As you can tell, I'm an Android user, and I oppose Apple.
Yeah.
And we fight about this because I'm Team Apple. So
He's Team Simplicity.
We have a MacBook Pro, and we have an iPad, and
that's different.
And we have Pro Tools, which is on Apple. So yeah, it all works.
Fair enough.
Now that was different.
That's fair. Like switching everything over can be a pretty daunting task. And where do you go if you're not on Pro Tools? You're not going to switch to Studio One this far in the game,
No.
No. Gotta just suck it up and learn Apple.
Right?
You can keep your Apple. I'll stick with my thing, and I'll learn how to use Pro Tools on a Mac, and that's about it. That's as far as I go with Apple.
Fair. That's some fairness.
Fair enough.
Well, do you guys want to give some shout outs before we wrap up this interview?
First and foremost, we want to shout out the rest of our band members that couldn't make it. So
hell yeah.
Jamaica Baby, Dead Eyes, drummer Dave, so Smokey, obviously Kingside Records, who's supporting us, putting us out there. I start my family, friends, loved ones. So, and then you guys go.
Fuck yeah.
And he said it all right there. Like he got everybody.
Bro, he didn't say my mom, bro. What's up? Shout out moms, bro. Shout out grandpa, bro. We made it. We're here now.
We can't forget my mom. So my mom, Mama Sil. Everybody in the band knows my mom. She made sure to make herself known.
Good.
We love Mama Sil. Shout out Mama Sil. Shout out everybody who's been paying attention more closely. The band's been going through a lot of pressure lately, and we've been making it out of the holes. And there's a lot of people who've been really, really supporting us. So shout out to everybody that's just been up to one.
fans.
But yeah, the fans, man,
Shout
y'all have
out
been
to-
really, really doing it for us. It's been feeding our energy.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to the Maidens of Metal from
Yep.
Sacramento. I actually have chapters all over the U.S. Maidens of Metal. It's a great group of women that go out and support metal, local
Okay.
music. So they're a great
Mhm.
organization. Also, the Boardwalk in Orangeville. Shout out to them. Capital Reality TV. Is that their new name? Or Reality Check?
It's around there somewhere. He got all the words in it.
Chaos and Reality Check TV combined. Great friends. So
Well, sweet. We're totally down to like help promote the single, the album. I'd love to have you guys back on after the Boardwalk show or sometime early next year. See how you guys are doing and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, we love you, man. This has been great.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, you guys.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. Okay, well,
Absolutely, man.
from Norm from Enigma Media. Thank you guys. Peace out.
Thank you, brother.